What's up, y'all? It's your boy from the south side of Chicago, living in Camas, Washington. Got a special show. It's a sentimental show. It's one of them shows that yesterday I was checking out some pictures on Facebook that my brother's putting some. Go to my Facebook page, you're gonna see some pictures. My brother got a hell of a sense of humor. He got pictures of me when I was younger. One I was all suave, and I was like, wow. And then I look like there's one kid picture when I was a little kid. We were standing in a swimming pool, looked like I ate all the damn cheesecake. All the M&Ms, the peanut M&Ms, I don't eat the plain ones. The Snicker bars, the chocolate cake, and I had Michael Jackson bell bottom pants, and I was doing shit like this. So I was like, "Hey, welcome to Orgasmic Conscious Cooking." Today's show is dedicated to my grandmother, Dora Dunnigan, my mom's uh, mother. She was the queen of cooking. If you've ever experienced any of my cookies, pies, uh, beans, they were all inspirations from my grandmother. Even my hamburgers. My kids would know about this. When I was a kid, and I told that you're gonna hear this. Oh, and what I want to say at the beginning, I'm gonna say it throughout. Tonight, you're gonna see me cook the smothered cabbage. Earlier, I cooked fried chicken, oven fried fried chicken. It's in the oven, and it's cornbread, buttermilk cornbread that's in the oven. I'm gonna show you, but you can go back and look at that on YouTube later. What's up? What's up? Is that Vanessa? Oh my God, it looks so different. Oh, look at y'all. That must have been that chin. That looked like he was a teenager. What's up, Mama? So this show's no, it's extra special to me. I don't have a picture I can show you, but my grandmother was very dear to me. Last night I was sitting on the couch next to my wife and we were eating dinner, and I was just looking at the picture. Uh, my grandmother was an artist. She was a humanoid for those access people who are gonna watch this beyond. She would go in the woods, take all of her kids, and me and my brother once in a while, and go gather and get wood. And then she would go back home and create 3D art. This is like in 1969, 1970. She made a cake plate that was ceramic, and she created it wasn't a mold or anything. She created this. My mom still has it. My mom and dad have it, and I'm hoping to be able to get that. So my favorite way of eating beans, my grandmother could cook beans and they wouldn't break up. Let me turn this down. This is getting warm. Yes. And it wouldn't break up. And there was a time that me and Derek, we'd go spend the night over at my grandmother's house, and she would pick us up at my mom and dad's house, and she would take us on a ride. And we'll see McDonald's. We're like, oh, I want an apple pie, I want a hamburger. She said, baby, that ain't no damn apple pie. That's what she would say. She was spicy. My grandma was spicy. She didn't take no shit, but she had a heart of gold. And she was an inspiration for me being so weird. My grandmother was weird before weird was in, and she could say some stuff. She had the best saying, and the holidays going to my grandmother's house was always orgasmic. The food would get in your belly and do a dance, and she was the inspiration for how I cook through my mama. So we're gonna get started. We got fried chicken. I'm gonna tell you the variations what I've done different. That was the stuff that she did in the past. I make some variations of my own. We have cornbread, oven fried chicken that's gluten free, and smothered cabbage. Okay. To see the cornbread and oven fried chicken, my brother Derek's gonna take care of that. Derek Block is gonna take care of that, and you'll be able to see that on Facebook. Not Facebook. You may see it on Facebook, but it'll be on YouTube. Because I want you to go to YouTube, push the bell, and subscribe so you can see how to make that. But right now, I'm about to get busy with this cabbage. We're about to have some fun with this cabbage. I'll turn the fire down a little bit. The fire there, I go act like I got gas. Not the gas back here, but gas. I have an electric. So anyway, jokes. I'm funny. Okay. So what I'm gonna start off with is that mine's gonna be a little bit different from my grandmother. It's a different variation, but she was one who inspired me, and there was always cooked food, not bought food from a restaurant or fast food, I should say. She was a chef. Pamela Brown, love those pictures. Hey, yeah, Pamela, hey, don't be funny. There's some pictures. Those pictures, I didn't like all those damn pictures. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, my brother and my son, what's up, what's up, baby girl? I got all the people coming out. Well, thank you for celebrating this with me. This is I've been doing this for over a year now. I have to ask Derek, I don't know how long we've been doing this. And I wanted to dedicate this show to my grandmother. She was extremely special to me. So what I just put in there was 2 carrots, I'm gonna put in 2 potatoes that I sliced up. My wife can't eat potatoes anymore because it's got too much potassium in it. There is going to be, I'm gonna put the top back on it so these can cook up. Turn this fire back up. I keep on calling it fire like I got gas, not the gas that comes out the rear either, but the gas oven. It's a joke, y'all. It's a joke. I'm trying to be funny. I am a funny dude. That's what my brother said. I'm a funny dude. So let me put this back on top. Turn this up a little bit. Now, when you're cooking in the kitchen, this thing here, never let it be like this. You walk up and knock it up and knock the oil and stuff all on the floor, the food on the floor, and you burn yourself. Always make sure you turn that handle to the back. Safety first. Now, we put those in there. We're going to let the carrot and the potatoes cook down a little bit. We have 2 cups of chicken broth. We're going to add to it, but we're going to go ahead and cut this cabbage up. Let me move this out of the way. So you guys, you know my favorite friend, granulated garlic. You know where to go get this, Costco. It was 2 tablespoons of coconut oil to give it a little flavor. I like coconut oil because it's actually really healthy for you, and it's got a hell of a flavor. I like flavor. Turmeric. This is something my grandmother did not put in hers, but I'm putting it in mine. I don't think she is. If my Aunt Donna come on, she'll let me know if she did. But turmeric, and actually the reason I'm using it, as I've gotten older, you know, I'm still cool and beautiful and cute and beautiful and all that. I'm 58, and I have inflammation of the gut and in my body and in the lungs. Turmeric actually goes after inflammation and allows me to have more peace with my body. I'm about the peace. Now, I'm not using black pepper. I'm sitting it to the side because my wife can't take that. I'm going to show you why. Earlier, I had a couple of these beautiful things called jalapenos. I'm going to drop that as the pepper that's going to be in there with the bell peppers. That's going to go in there after this. Get some onions and next. Okay, so I'm going to cut the end off because I don't like that bottom part. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, and I took the top leaves off. Don't need the top leaves because people handle your cabbage in the store. I don't want all that, and I just don't want it. So what I'm going to do is cut it up. Anybody got any questions? What are you guys cooking tonight? I have a bunch of classes coming up. Man, this cabbage is kind of thick. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I usually cut this stem out because it's kind of tough. I don't like the stem. I don't like the stem. So I'm going to get rid of that stem, drop that over there. Let's see, it's not smaller on that side. So, and I also been invited to go do a class in Russia. So I'm kind of excited about that. Hopefully in the spring, I'll be going over to Russia to do a couple of access classes and to do some other classes while I'm there. Moscow, looking forward to that. Yeah, still cooking. So I'm gonna slice this up. And what I'm doing is like, I'm going to stir fry this in the oil with the other vegetables in a second. I just want to get this all sliced up, all nice and pretty and stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I want you to check out the other thing, the colors. I'm really into the colors. When you cook, I'm like a diverse cooker or diverse orgasmic chef. You got the orange carrots, you got the brown potatoes. It's like the planet, the beauty. You know, a lot of times on the planet, we like to do all this separation shit. Also, yeah, Torch, I got this class coming in Ann Arbor. Check this out. I got to shout out one of my mentors called me and said he's coming to my class. He lives in Detroit now. And I was all sad, not sad. I was all teary-eyed and shit. I was like, you coming to the class? And he said, man, it's now your time then to mentor me. Oh no, it looks like I'm frozen. Come on. There we go. Okay. Get out of here, entities. Okay. So this class is going to be about being you and the richness of being you. You know, you always try to be somebody else. You know, when you're a kid, you want to be somebody else. And we're kind of trained not to be us. Well, this class is going to be talking about what is the benefit of being you, truly being you. Oh, it's hot. Let's put some onion in here now. So I'm gonna let you guys see what this looks like in a second. The carrots are gonna cook up. The potatoes are gonna cook up a little bit. Now I'm not adding any sodium to this because I use a bouillon that I get at Costco, a garlic and a chicken bouillon. We'll do this. Yeah. Uh, I actually create my own bouillon. I don't buy that stuff in a can or a container. I like it's a paste and it's organic and it's healthy and it's got enough sodium in it that I don't need to add enough sodium. I was telling my wife that when you go to real people's kitchens and they cook, you don't have to add any salt and pepper to their food if they know what they're doing. And it shouldn't be too salty. I have this extra for the back end of this. I like experimenting with a lot of different things. This is coconut sugar. Okay. It's actually very healthy. It has a low glycemic number. So it's actually good for people with diabetic. And it's not as sweet as regular sugar. And I use that when I do a lot of my stir frying. Okay. So I'm going to put the peppers in last. I'm going to drop this cabbage in here. I'm dropping it all over the place. Huh? I clean my counters too, y'all. I bleach them. Want to make sure everything's sanitary. Now, if I hit the floor, I ain't going to the floor to get nothing because I got a cat. And I just don't think that's too cool to do that. Okay. So now, voila. I'm done with this over here. So the class in Ann Arbor. But let me back up. Before Ann Arbor, there's a class that I have coming up on Saturday called Plantation to the Playground. And this class is about how do we thrive, not survive in this reality with COVID, with people doing crazy things. We're more violent with each other. And I have a couple of tools that I'm doing this class. It's a special class I'm doing with my sister, Leela Simmons. And it's from 9 to 11 Pacific time. You can go on my website and sign up for it. I was inspired about 3 years ago when I went to a real plantation in New Orleans in Louisiana. And while I was there, I was like overwhelmed by the energy of how my ancestors were treated. And I had like an epiphany. And I realized that I wanted to do some stuff different. When I came back, I was like, I want to live outside the box. And what I realized is that I've been working for the county. I'm blessed to have a job. I'm not saying anything about that, but I wanted to have another reality. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. Hey, what you want to do is like, now I'm actually stir frying. I want to get the potatoes and the carrots off the back so they don't burn. There's enough oil in the bottom I just want. Because pretty soon when I add the liquid to it, it's going to start to steam. And that's fine if I can keep all the vegetables in here. And it's really important. Okay, and the onions are turning brown on the bottom, which I want because they're caramelizing, and the sugars come out of the carrots and the onions. And oh my, okay, oh my goodness, it's looking like my grandmother's kitchen. And the other thing, I'll keep going back and forth. I'm gonna get back to the class in a second. But my grandmother, when you sat at her table, she always made you feel special. And when people come to my house, I like to make them feel special. I really like to make them feel special. I want them to have an experience that they're seen. And what I mean by being seen, I think a lot of people are frustrated because they're not honored or actualized. And what they do is they get caught up in thinking that they're alone, that no one sees them. And the worst thing that a human, and I know some of us will be like, oh, especially males, oh, I don't need that because I'm a male. Most of us want to be seen. Most of us want to be hugged. Most of us want to be loved. And I always felt that in the kitchen to the table is a way of showing your love. One of my friends, Shreya, who I recently met this year in an access class at Maestro, we were talking about being seen and how she was like, how are you always so much space? I'm space because I want to leave the impression with people when I'm engaging with them that there's a possibility that anything can happen for them that they desire. And I might not agree with it sometimes, but I want to be that space. I want to be that invitation. And I think that cooking for people allows to invite people into that space. You know what I'm saying? And so, how do you invite people to that space? What does it take for you to invite people to that space? Okay. So, I have orange, red bell peppers, and they're sweet. And I have, like I showed you, I'm gonna see this lid. I got 3 jalapenos, Tori, not too many, just 3 sliced very thin. And see, this is the piece about it. This is what I like about cooking. Yesterday, I actually cooked. We had tacos, and so when I'm cooking, I'm always thinking about how can I use. Like I had the pepper left. I was like, I was going to use chilies, but I said, well, I have a fresh jalapeno. When you're in the kitchen, the more supplies you have, the greater creation. This is art. It's also known as culinary art. So, and you don't want to overcook vegetables. So I'm watching this so it doesn't get overcooked because I don't want all the vitamins to be in the liquid, and I want the crunchiness of the vegetable, but I want the color. I want the vibrant color. So I'm gonna add these bell peppers, and the potatoes are cooking up. And I add the potato because the potatoes gonna give me a little starch, and I'm using the potatoes as a starch. I want it to act as sort of kind of as a thickener. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this up so you guys can see this. I'll burn it myself. Okay, I'm gonna add the liquid pretty soon. Add some of the flavors to it. So can you guys see that? Yes, Tori said yes, crunchy. Okay, see that? Look at that beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God. So we got it cooking, and I'm cooking this on like a 4 on my oven, which is like medium. Okay, so I'm gonna start adding some more color to it and a little bit of flavor. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna take a teaspoon of turmeric. Now it's gonna turn everything on. I'm going to add, you guys know I love garlic, so I'm probably going to add about 2 tablespoons of garlic to it. Now, I'm not adding any black pepper or sodium, okay? I'm going to add the sugar to take any bite. Sometimes vegetables have a bite, and all you have to do is just add a little bit of sugar. I'll put about 2 teaspoons, and it takes the bite out. My mom showed me that in the greens, okay? So now, look at it, y'all. Oh my God. I wish you could smell the vision. I can smell it. I can smell it. Because this is smelling quite divine. I didn't do much cooking when I had the COVID because it robbed me of my smell. No, I didn't smell because I took a shower still, but it robbed me of my capacity of smelling. So I didn't do too much of that. Let's see what's happening. Okay. This is looking like it's time to add the liquid. Now, when I add the liquid, I'm gonna turn the heat up to approximately like just medium high because I'm going to leave this for a second. So I want this to get really warm. And when I add the liquid, it's gonna steam up, and I'm only gonna cook it for maybe 3 minutes with this thing. So I stir my broth because it separates. I want to make sure I get all the yummy goodness out of it. Make sure it's not too salty. Wow. When those flavors get together, it's going to be a party in this pot. It's going to be a conscious party. And Ziggy Marley's going to be singing. Huh, y'all didn't know I knew that song. Anyway, I hope people are having a wonderful evening. And I know I hope people are being kind to themselves and others. I really sometimes get concerned about how we are so uh, judgmental. Here we go. I'm gonna let it do its thing, like a chicken wing. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Any questions? Anybody party in a pot? Yeah, debate a party in a pot. Is anyone actually interested in sending me any requests for me to cook? I have one request, and I guess I'm gonna pick on the person because uh, I have a friend. I ain't gonna call her name out, Shreya, that actually eats packaged foods, and I mean, she doesn't like to cook, and I'm like, what the hell, packaged food? That's like eating Miracle Whip. Just kidding. My wife eats Miracle Whip. I mess with Miracle Whip too. But she asked a request for me to do some type of stir fry, something that's really simple. So next week I'm going to actually do some stir fries, so you guys can see a little bit how easy it is. I'm gonna have some ginger. I wonder if you guys know what this looks like. Okay, well that's cooking up. So these are my three ingredients I use a lot. This is ginger. These are shallots. Look like little balls. Oh, I'm such a perv. No, I'm not. And garlic. Okay. And then I add some coconut sugar and some soy sauce. I use different oils to create the essence that I'm trying to search for. Okay. Oh, I wish you guys see. I'm gonna hold this up in a second so you guys can see it. I'm gonna let you see how the colors have changed dramatically. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. To let you guys see what this looks like. That's just off. Without me burning myself. Can you guys see that? I'm trying to make sure I don't spill that liquid anyway. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. And once in a while, when I do this cooking show, for a while, I was like, am I going to continue to do this show? And I was like, I'm going to continue to do it as long as I'm having fun. I would like to start having more people make suggestions of what you would like to see me cook. And remember, it has to be something that I can usually do in 30 minutes, or what I'm going to do. I think we have this new thing going on. I had the idea. I might pre-cook some things earlier or the day before and then bring it out so that you can see like a meal. So what I want this to be, I also want this to be a show where people can start to prepare and put more love in their food, but also make it to the point where I can do that. So this is cooking up. Okay. And one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to test. Let me grab me a fork, a handy dandy fork. And what I want to do is check the tenderness of the potatoes. Potatoes are not quite tender. The carrots they were in there, but the potatoes were a little bit thicker. Now, I don't mind if the carrots actually cook, the potatoes cook up. I am going to taste this. Let's see what I have here. I hope my wife enjoys this. So, rule number one in my kitchen, never put the fork back in once you put it in your mouth. The saliva in your mouth will start to break down the food and it can make other people sick. Oh my God. In about 5 minutes, Pamela's, yay. You just come over, Pam. Come on, jump in the car. Come on over. I got a spot at the table. We can have dinner. Waiting for you to come. You ain't never been here yet, Pam. I'm gonna dog you out. You've been knowing me since I was a little boy. You knew me when I was wearing them little bell-bottom pants. I can tell y'all some secrets about Pam. She was once married to, he was in the youth group, Pierre. And we used to have fun, y'all. Growing up in Chicago, one of the things I'm really appreciated, Pam, is like Pam was my god sister, and but she took us to me and my brother to parties. Y'all, we went to parties when you couldn't get into parties because her brother Michael and Danny and they would take us and we would go to different events. Had a blast. I ain't gonna lie. I miss that. I get all sentimental. Oh no, oh yeah, Pam. Remember when we was racing down MLK? That every city got MLK in Chicago, and it was I don't know who else was driving. Vetta was there. We had a dynamic youth group. We went up in Chicago, and I'm sentimental since I was watching these pictures from my grandmother yesterday. I'm very sentimental. There's a picture with my Aunt Donna on it when we have during Christmas time. And what I realized is that even though families have jacked up situations and we make jacked up choices, what would life be like if we showed each other grace? And my grandmother, I would say, without me getting all sentimental and stuff, she was kind of robbed of her weirdness and her ability to be outside the box because of the time that she grew up. I wonder what she would be like if she was living today, or if she's living today, what she like? I'm kind of weird, y'all. I think that we come in multiple times. But anyway, uh, she was a dynamic woman. And I realized that her spirit lives in the kitchen with me. I have a recipe. I have original recipes over there in my cabinet. I have there. I don't. My wife probably don't want me to show you this because it's kind of sloppy. But I have handwritten recipes that my mom had from her. Uh, what's up, Donna? How you doing? I'm talking about your mama, my grandmama, and how special she was to me. And I'm the oldest grandchild. I can say that I'm the oldest, right, Donna? Yeah, I'm the oldest. Ain't nobody older than me. Uh, yeah, my brother's next. So don't be talking about my mama. Yeah, but I'm nothing but love. This cabbage down. I'm gonna show you this cabbage that I'm cooking. This was inspiration that I remember when we used to have cabbage. Can you see that? Can y'all see that? Let me know if you can see that. Tori, can you see that? Donna, Pam. So the ability for her to make common food, king and queen's food, man, and that takes talent, and that's artistic. And my grandmother, Dora Donegan, did that. She did that all the time. She's the best she could do when she was doing it. Uh, I realized that my grandmother wasn't perfect, but I also realized the pressure she had to live in and when she was living in this country. And she still made a choice to make sure that her children would be better and her grandkids are a lot better than what she had to deal with. And her cooking lives through, especially, I don't know about my other cousins, but they especially lives through, if you've been to my brother's house in Chicago, Derek Ashford, amazing cook. My Uncle Boris is an amazing cook. My Aunt Donna's an amazing cook. So one of the things that lives through her, the energy that lives through, is the ability, and they're all creative in how they cook. And they all have a little Dora Dunnigan in their cooking. And so I say that because a lot of times I think we look at families, and families are that thing that you're like, oh my God, family. They are that too. And what would it look like to be in grace and to celebrate? And today's show is celebrating Dora Dunnigan. So cabbage is cooking away. Y'all can see, I'll look at this thing. Ooh, I wish y'all could smell this. Sorry for you. I'm gonna show you this one more time. The liquid is actually cooking out of it, which I really desire because I don't want it to be soup. It's not cabbage soup. Oh, that's hot as shit. Hot as hell. Oops, I'm on the turn the header that way. I'm gonna show you what's gonna go with this. Okay, let me get my hot holder so I don't burn my hands. Okay. Hey, somebody been in my food. She loved us through her food. Absolutely. Okay. So if you're interested in this is oven fried chicken thighs. And it's crispy. You got to go push and go look over at the YouTube. And I showed you how to fry the chicken because I want to try to keep the show within 30 minutes. And so Tori and I are going to devour this in about 20 minutes from now. And so real quick, the chicken's really quick. You cook it. You put the hack on it. I'm not telling y'all what it is to make it crunchy. There's no flour on that, but it's crunchy as hell. There's a hack on it, but you're gonna have to go subscribe, and you're gonna go back, and it's gonna be a video that's gonna show you what I'm gonna pull out next to cornbread, and and you know where to find me, Being John Ashford on YouTube. And if you ever want to follow me on Facebook, John Ashford, just John H. Jr. Ashford. And if you want to find out the classes I'm teaching, you go to my website, www.beingjohnashford.com. Y'all, you know I like that beans. And there we are. Visit me at Hey, come see me. I do a lot of energy work. I think I'm going to talk about that next week when I do the stir fry. Why energy work? Why work with bodies? I think that if people are more in tune with their body, they'll be a lot more happier. And I can help facilitate that for you if you're interested. Okay. Hey, a mouse got into my cornbread. No, Tori got home and she was hungry. Can you guys see that? I don't want to drop this. The plate is hot. So she took a slice out of cornbread. So everything by scratch. This one also has flour in it because I don't have enough coconut flour. So this one's actually gluten. So I'm taking some of this tomorrow to work to give to my coworkers, to everybody at my job. Be like, man, your leftovers are better than what most the cafeteria food. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. It's top of the hour. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I'm asking you to do me a favor. I've been asking people when I do my classes, in my classes, I'm asking you to approach somebody you don't know, somebody that can't do something back for you, and show them some kindness. Admire their shirt, their skin, their face. Not something gross that's something that they'd be like turned off by, even if it's a slight smile. What would it take for you to share your light with others? You never know, that smile, that, hey, how you doing? That might save a person's life. It's tough on planet Earth right now. And I'm asking people to do me a big favor, to shine your light, your love, and your grace. Until next week, peace. Love you guys.